Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Kellogg application walkthrough. My name is Shimri Winters. I'm a London Business School graduate. I was an interviewer on the London Business School MBA program. And if you're on this video is about Kellogg application, online application. Check out our other videos about essays and Kellogg interview and other schools. But this video is more for candidates who are ready to apply and just need help with the online application with the various places. I'm not going to give any tips on the essays or CV or recommendations. Check out my other videos about that. And let's kick it off. I work at ARINGO MBA Admissions Consulting. We're a boutique MBA admission consulting firm, helping regular candidates get into top MBA programs. What do we do? Everything: strategy, chances, school selection, and then we help with the actual application. We also do interview prep. If you get an interview from Kellogg, let us know and we can help you prepare for that interview. Okay, I put here like a few slides. I'm actually just going to rush through them because, again, this video is for people who are ready to apply and just want to work on the online application. But I just wanted to kind of mention it's strange to jump in without like talking about Kellogg. So Northwestern and Kellogg are Northwestern University is one of the best universities in the world. Kellogg Business School, top ranked in any ranking in any year. So one of the best schools in the world. You can kind of pause and look a bit at the different stats. I think the GMAT is very high, 733 in the old GMAT, which is roughly 675, 85 in GMAT Focus Edition. So, that's quite high. Work experience, kind of average to other top 10 MBA programs. Same with salaries. Let's look soon at the career options. Again, one of the best business schools in the world, STEM MBA, located just outside of Chicago. That's it. Again, today I'm talking about the full-time MBA, but actually the online application is very similar if you're doing the Executive MBA or other Kellogg Business School applications. Um, let's run here very quickly. Again, this is kind of a bit more about Kellogg. That's interesting for this video. And I think the Career Management Center is key. Lots and lots of career options post Kellogg, and here there's a few kind of graphs and statistics from 2024 verified graduate report. Like in other top business schools, like I've said on other videos, there's probably four sectors which recruit graduates. The first is consulting. You can see 35%, kind of standard between 29 and 40% in most top business schools. The second one would be financial services, around 20%. The third would be tech. You can see it here at the bottom with 20%. And the fourth is kind of all the rest. Okay, so those are the four main recruiters. I love the all the rest. I call it industry recruiter. And you can see here lots of statistics. What I always like looking at is the percentages. I love that actually of people who didn't look for a role and didn't look for a job. And I love this starting a new business. It's not always kind of true because it's like full-time people starting a new business. But if we can see kind of 12 out of, a total of both these numbers, 480, around 2.5%, 3%. Most MBAs usually work in these big companies to get big salaries and at least return some of the tuition fee, which was expensive. Okay, that's it. That was Kellogg. That's fine. And again, lots of videos about Kellogg. Check our other videos. Now I'm going to move quickly to the online application. I'm going to talk quite quickly, and you can pause whatever you want to pause. And I hope you can see my Kellogg screen. And now we can talk a bit more about how to apply to Kellogg. So loading, that's good. And I'm going here into the 2026 application. And we found the Kellogg screen. Great. So here I'm on the Kellogg website, MBA, and we're starting our application. So it's quite straightforward. And as you can see here, all these tabs, some business schools have like 30 different stages. So Kellogg online application, if it's your only school or one of the first ones, trust me, this is a simple one. And let's just go through everything. Okay, so just make sure you're applying to the right program. Again, Kellogg have a part-time MBA, executive MBA, part-time executive MBA in Miami, executive MBA in China. Okay, just make sure you're applying to the full-time MBA. Just have a 1-year full-time MBA, a 2-year full-time MBA. Okay, just make sure you're applying to the right program. Okay, areas of academic interest, there's no right or wrong here. Okay, so don't think if you write asset management, that is a good answer that might increase your chances. No. And are you applying to another Northwestern program? Most people will answer no to that. And that's fine. If you answer yes, you might have to explain a bit more. So that might be a bit complicated. Let's continue. Areas of interest. Are you a re-app? Yes, I'm a re-app. Or no, I'm not. And we continue. Okay, so that was pretty straightforward. And now we need the Kellogg website to actually work to move to the next stage. Next stage is just personal background. I'm not even going to go through this too much, but you have your name, your address, your email, LinkedIn profile, very important tip, have your LinkedIn identical in terms of title and years to your CV. Phone number, citizenship, if you have 2 citizenships, don't overcomplicate this. If you've lived for 10 years in Germany and all your professional experience and academic experiences from Germany, but you also have a US citizenship, your primary citizenship is German. Okay, just go, according to common sense kind of thing. And if there's any other, information, if you hold a bachelor's degree or master's degree, and things like that, you can just tick them here. Again, they just want to know who you are kind of thing. And a lot of these things are for like school statistics. So, for example, if your parents are unemployed or if they're professionals or whatever, this is just for school statistics. So don't overthink what can you write here. Just be honest. Okay, so the next stage, I've noticed the Kellogg website's a bit slower than other schools, is now we're starting to fill out a lot of things which are already on your resume, but yes, you have to do it again and again. And here we just need to put the organization name. So I work for Deloitte, and which country, and the city, and the region, and the position, etc. Here you need your annual compensation. Try and calculate it in US dollars and add your bonuses and whatever. Don't overdo it, don't underdo it. They kind of know that if you work in a government organization, you're going to make less money. And if you work in the private sector, you're going to make more. If you work on Wall Street, you're going to make more than if you work in Nigeria. Okay, they know all this. Just, tell it as it is. Website of your company, if you have one, your supervisor name and title, that's always nice, and description of duties. So I've already told you in some in my CV what I do, and that's mainly not just what I do, but kind of my accomplishments. Here, it's more of what I do. So as a Deloitte consultant, I work with oil and gas clients. That's the kind of detail level. You don't really need to get more detail than that. Reasons for leaving. For your previous job, there's going to be reasons for leaving. And add here 3 employers. If you have, you can add up to 5. Okay, and I would go in reverse chronological order. So start with your current one, then go back, then go back. If you're a sponsored applicant, that means you're returning to your workplace. So you need to fill that here. And number of full-time years of work experience. A lot of people ask me about this. If you worked full-time before your undergraduate, you can include that. If you went to the army or something like that, you can include that. If not, just put post-undergraduate experience. Family business, they love family business. And here you upload your resume. So far, quite straightforward. Here, have you worked in the United States before? Financial sponsorship. Is your employer paying for anything? And if yes, are they going to pay 50% or 70% or 100%? I think most people are going to answer no. And here, Kellogg are sneaky. They actually ask 2 questions which are not essays, but whenever I see this kind of box, I kind of refer to it as an essay. And they're asking, here they're asking about your motivation for a certain industry. Okay, so here they're saying, what's your career goals, right? So I want to be a market researcher and financial advisory, and why? Okay, so you only have 500 characters, that's maybe 50 words, but I have a background in, okay, I have a background in finance and strong interest in dogs. And therefore, I would like to create, what do we want to create? A dog bank. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And what does a successful career look in 5 years? Grow my bank to cats, okay, or whatever. So just prepare the stuff in advance, right? Because it's sneaky and we don't want to write it on the fly like I just did. We want to kind of prepare it. So you have about 50 words or 60 words for your kind of short-term career goal, which is why you want to work in the short term. And then what does your long-term career goal look like? Military experience, if you have some military experience, if you can mention the country served. I think I've seen here, if you have served in the US Army, you get your fee, this application fee for free. I can't remember about other armies, not such a big deal. Okay, if you have some accomplishments, okay, so this is where you put kind of awards. What are awards? Anything. The best t-shirt seller, mayor award, some kind of charity you worked in. Someone asked me, I won a swimming contest, anything you feel is worth mentioning. Professional awards, of course, come first as well. Okay, here you put your institution, where your undergraduate degree was, what country, etc. Not very complicated. The only thing I would mention is your GPA. Sometimes people have like a scale of 100 or a scale of 4 or a scale of 5. So let's say I got 89 out of 100. If it's not listed, then it's different. I don't know, you got an A or a B or whatever. And if you know your ranking in class size, this is all optional. But if you know this thing, great. And here you can submit your transcript. What I usually do, I submit 2 documents in one. I submit the official BA document, okay? Shimri Winters has received an undergraduate degree in biology, and the course-by-course transcript. What I do, I merge both files and upload them here in one place. Okay, so that's where you do that. If you're first generation, again, you can fill that out. This is if you studied in Northwestern before. If you have any certifications, this is probably accountants, lawyers, some kind of auditor, Scrum Master, whatever. You can just say, yes, I have a Six Sigma certification. This should also be on your CV. Obviously, everything's correlated. Okay, pretty straightforward. This is where you put your test scores, okay, GMAT, TOEFL, whatever. You just say what date. And don't forget to send these scores via the GMAT website and via the TOEFL or IELTS website. Here you put the essays, okay, and in Kellogg's case, you don't upload them, you just copy paste them. And again, we'll record a separate video that analyzes the essay. So check that video out. Maybe here in the notes, we'll put the link to it. Okay, and this is kind of about your spare time. I love this because Kellogg want to know you. And I think Kellogg genuinely are a school that likes to know their candidates and likes diverse candidates and well-rounded candidates. So in this particular case, definitely add some activities. It can be volunteering and it can be just hobbies. I like playing basketball with my friends. Same with international experience. If you visited countries, it could be volunteered somewhere, or I have some academic experience. I did a student exchange or professional experience. I don't know what, worked in Germany for 3 months on a project. Very important. And I haven't seen this in many US business schools, this international experience, more in the European business schools. Here again, if you did anything while you were in university or some kind of part-time studies, you can use some part-time work experience that you had during your studies. You can mention that here again. Very special for Kellogg that they're really looking for a holistic picture and not just, what's your professional experience. Okay, we're nearly finished. This is where you add a recommender and you just put his name and details, and the recommender will get an email from Kellogg asking to fill out a recommendation for you. A lot of people ask me about this. This is where you waive your right to access the report. That means the recommender will write a report on you and you won't see it. Okay, but that's life. So yes, you waive it, and that's it. And Kellogg network and affiliation. This is if if you have a family, okay, if you're a legacy in Kellogg, and if you some kind of affiliation to Kellogg. Most people aren't, but let's continue with that. Okay, and then there's the honor code, which is basically read all that. If you want the fee waiver, see, we said like if you're in US military or Tech for America or one of these other things, you can get a fee waiver. If not, you can't. Kellogg are very nice, and what I've seen is, if people have some kind of reason for fee waiver, and they kind of send them a note, they'll probably get it. So if you don't have money or any other reason, you can probably contact Kellogg. They're very nice, and just check. One of the nicest schools with admissions. They're very responsive, very nice. And there's the honor code that you need to go through this fine print. And that kind of was the Kellogg application. Again, quite a simple one. You'll see I have many missing details here in my application. But then when you finish this, you can just do save for later, continue at home like I did, and you'll be good. So thank you very much for this short video. And check us out on aringo.com and our other videos. And good luck at Kellogg. Like I said, we offer interview prep if interested. And lots of good luck. Bye for now.